Hi, my name is Karen Flournoy. I am a K-State Extension Master Food Volunteer. I am with the class of 2019, and today I'm going to show you how to make an easy carrot casserole. And you may have some people in your family who aren't big carrot lovers, but I would encourage them to try this. It has converted many anti-carrot folks into carrot lovers. So the first thing that we're going to do is you take 1 pound of carrots, wash and peel and cut them, and cut in as similar of sizes as you can so they will cook fairly consistently and evenly. And then I typically do this in a glass bowl with a few tablespoons of water in the microwave for about 5 minutes. You also could cook these on the stove in a pan, whichever you're more comfortable with. But about 5 minutes in the microwave, you want to get them good and fork tender because you will blend up the casserole ingredients. Okay, now that we have cooked our carrots in the microwave and they're fork tender, we'll quickly strain off any liquid. Carrots then go into a blender, or you can use an immersion blender if you have one of those at home. Whatever will get you a smooth casserole. So we'll get all of our, the first thing you do is blend the carrots and a stick of melted butter, which is already ready here. And you get that smooth, and then you add your remaining ingredients. So it's a very simple recipe. Having all of your ingredients ready ahead of time makes it go really fast. Okay, so we will blend this up. So now that we have our carrots and butter blended, we add 3 whole eggs. And then I have the 2 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of flour, and a teaspoon of baking powder already measured out and ready to go in. So we add that. Baking powder will help our casserole raise nice. And a teaspoon of vanilla, which might seem a bit odd to put in a savory casserole, but I assure you, it works great. So now we get our lid back on. And our blender put back together. Okay, that looks good. We'll do kind of one final scrape down. Our ingredients. Make sure everything's mixed together. It should look like a nice, smooth orange carrot mix. And I want to talk a little bit about dishes. This is a single batch of this recipe, which would typically fit in about a 1-quart souffle dish. And not everybody probably has a 1-quart souffle dish. So you could use a small 8x8 square pan. Just recognize your casserole will be a little thinner than if you put it in a dish with higher sides. So think about what you have and recognize that this is more of a 2-quart dish and this is more of a 1-quart dish. And to determine the volume of your dish, which this one has nothing on the bottom to tell you what size it is, you fill it with water, find out how much water it holds, and that will tell you the volume of your dish. And then if you're doing a double, which is what we typically make because this dish is a family favorite, I use a much larger casserole dish. So before adding the contents, we need to spray our pan down so that it doesn't stick. And I am going to use this dish because I think it'll give you a great idea of how this casserole will raise in this kind of a baking dish. Okay, so now we have our carrot mixture ready to go into our baking dish. And you bake this in a preheated 350-degree oven. And it will take, a single batch of this will take 30 to 35 minutes. If you're doing a double, it will take you closer to 45. And it depends, of course, a little bit on what dish you use, the size of your dish, and how thick the mixture is in your baking dish. But for this dish, it should take us about 30 to 35 minutes. So this is a 1 pound bag of carrots. Should serve about 6 to 8 people. And a 2 pound bag will make a nice size casserole for a larger group of like a family dinner. So this will go in the oven now for about 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, our carrot casserole has baked in the oven for about 35 minutes. And when it comes out of the oven, it will be kind of puffy, and as it sets a little bit, deflates a tad, but it's still, as you can see, a nice thick casserole, and it can be served warm or at room temperature. It's an easy, healthy vegetable side dish that can be enjoyed with holiday dinners or weeknight dinners. You can cook the carrots ahead and have them ready. So all you have to do is add them to your blender with the rest of the ingredients as we walk through the steps, and it makes a very fast, delicious meal.